Owen Turtenwald going to crack a pack. Tom Martell to his left. Sam Black to his right.
A little bit of the pro squeeze.
Yes. Yes. Not going to be too easy. Now, Tom Martell, you might see a little bobbing and weaving here. Tom Martell's been coming up to you and I wondering, hey, what's it going to take to get a feature match around here, huh? And now we were going to feature Tom. We were like, you know what, Tom, you're right. You should be featured in the draft since you made top 8. And then Sam Black, number 6 player in the world, said, actually, Tom, I'm in the top 8 too, so you guys should probably stick with me.
Someone's got to be the last one out.
It's true.
We can't avoid this.
It's true.
Someone deserving will not get the feature matches, will not get the draft covered. That's the function of having so many quality players, the top tables, all weekend long.
There's only so many chairs. There's only so many chairs, Tom. I'm sorry. But it is good to see Tom Martell back in the top 8. Very skilled player, a couple Grand Prix titles to his name, Pro Tour title as well.
Some bumps in the road recently, which has caused him some frustration. He's articulated, but all you need to do is we'll have one good tournament, shake all that off.
So it'll be Owen Turtenwald that's going to start things off. They're waiting for the green light from the head judge. These players, I've already checked the contents of their booster, and now we're going to take a look at them. So let's do it. Let's see what Owen Turtenwald is working with. The card's in his hand right now. Card's in his hand right now. Now we'll get a look at what Owen Turtenwald is looking at. Looks like a Serpentine Strike, also a Cloud Manta over there, but he's going to take the rare.
Highest power level card in the pack.
Yep, by a lot, actually.
Nothing wrong with a Cloud Manta, and if you had an extremely strong preference towards blue, perhaps a defensible pick, but Serpentine Spike, just in terms of raw power, best card in the pack, single color, easy way to start the draft.
He's taking a rare. Always a good place to start in a draft, and it's a very powerful one. So, only going to lay out the rest of the cards of his pack. And now, of course, this means he's probably going to start by taking some red cards, Serpentine Spike, a great place to start. Now we see where he goes from there as he takes a look at his second pick. Grave Birthing under consideration here. Also looks like Herald of Kozilek as well. Cloud Manta too. He considered that as a first pick. Might be a second pick here.
Slightly risky moving into blue, passing back-to-back Cloud Mantas out of a relatively soft pack. Pilgrim's Eye is the safe choice, but if Owen has a very strong preference towards the blue-red Devoid strategy, Herald is a great enabler.
Well, Herald of Kozilek is the selection there. 2/4 for 3 Devoid color spells you cast cost 1 less.
Very nice pairing with the Serpentine Spike he opened with.
Indeed. Pick 3 for Owen Turtenwald. What's that going to bring? Take a little look here. There is a Forerunner of Slaughter that he's brought forward. I know that's what you would take.
Love that card. Not the greatest pairing to move into 3 colors immediately in the draft, but if Owen has a preference here for the Devoid decks that you can get in the Grixis colors, he doesn't necessarily have to be blue. And with no strong blue or red card to take, this is the best way to remain flexible.
It is a Forerunner of Slaughter there for Owen Turtenwald. He's 3 picks in, 3 good cards so far.
Leaving himself open, a little bit of flexibility.
Pick 4 of pack 1 for Turtenwald. Wow. That was like a Hellkite. I mean, that's a little surprising to see that late. There's also a copy of Kozilek's Channeler there. Excuse me, Kozilek's Sentinel. I apologize.
It's a strong signal, and you know, with Owen opening up on the Serpentine Strike, this is nice to see.
He's going to take the Hellkite. I'm a little surprised to see that late in the pack.
I mean, the Hellkite is certainly powerful. I don't think it's a must-take. The trigger doesn't kill a whole lot of stuff once you progress to that stage of the game. Still a fine card, 4/4 flyer for 6. There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't think it's a windmill slam, have to take red card.
He's looking into void strategies now. There's another red rare there in Zada. Wow. There's also a Valakut Predator.
Yeah, red feels very open right now. And this can happen in drafts where there's so many good red cards in a given pack that no one feels comfortable taking the red cards because they're afraid the person to their left will also take a red card, and then pack 2 is going to be rough.
Turtenwald's going to take a Valakut Predator. Very interesting draft so far for Owen. Base red, figuring out what the next color is going to be. Silent Skimmer might be of interest. Demon's Grasp as well. There's also a Culling Drone, Devoid card there.
With Owen selecting Valka Predator over Vestige of Emrakul, he may be looking to de-emphasize a little bit of the devoid stuff and kind of moving into more of just a good card strategy.
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to push the pedal to the metal when it comes to taking the devoid and ingest cards early on in the draft. You can just shape up for a good blue-red deck or a good red-black deck.
Looks like that's what he might be considering here as we make it through yet another pick here of pack 1.
We saw Finkel do this a great success with a blue-black deck in the first draft, where you just sort of take good stuff. Some of the synergies will naturally manifest. It'll be on the lighter side, but you don't have to push too hard.
An incubator drone there for Turtenwald. So at this point, it's just unsure if he's going to be black-red or blue-red. He's going to be red.
I think, he's at a stage of the draft right now where he's trying to just respond to the table. He knows he wants to be red, maybe with blue, maybe with black. If the mana fixing comes together, maybe both. Maybe devoid, maybe not, but he's just responding to the table. He'll get a clearer sense of it as Pack 2 opens up.
Eldrazi Devastator, the selection there for Turtenwald. Looks like Scour from Existence under consideration here for Owen. It's an expensive one.
At the minimum, I like it as a one-of sideboard card.
Yep.
Don't have to start it. And your deck can end up in such a place where you end up playing one main. Also, green's open. Just throwing that out there.
You don't say. Wide open for the taking. See what comes next here for Turtenwald. Looks like he'll take that crop rotation reprint there. Reclaiming Vines. There's a Looming Spires. Sure Strike.
Green's open.
It's actually a pretty nice late pickup.
It could end up, if it ends up in your deck, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. We saw Seth Manfield use it to great effect earlier today. So it's base red here for Turtenwald. Now the question is, what's the splash going to be? Is it going to be blue? Is it going to be black? It's got some options.
It's got more black than blue at this point, and Forerunner of Slaughter is a pretty big incentive to go in that direction.
Yep.
But again, Owen trying to be flexible. If he opens up a very strong blue card, especially one that fits into a devoid strategy, he's likely to take it.
I like the start to the deck. Now, keep in mind, Sam Black is feeding Owen. Owen is feeding Tom Martell. It's a tough table and tough 3 players in a row.
A concern right now is, you'd say Owen's in 3 colors, and why not just go for a 3-color deck? The drops, the plays that he have in blue and in black aren't necessarily conducive to splashing. He's got a couple black 2-drops and, some early plays in blue as well. So I think ideally Owen would like to shift into just being a 2-color deck. If he ends up 3 colors, if that's the way it breaks, it's not the end of the world. But the cards he has right now, not conducive to splashing.
Well, it's time for pack number 2 for Owen Turtenwald. We'll see what the first pick is here. He'll lay it out, make sure that there are the appropriate number of cards in the pack. And then we will find out what Turtenwald is looking at here. Gonna scan through the pack. Looks like Fathom Feeder might be of interest here.
Well, Fathom Feeder is a fairly large commitment to blue. Again, I guess you can splash a Fathom Feeder. It's not the end of the world, but it is putting more pressure on Owen's mana.
Looks like he might be thinking Dominator Drone, might be thinking Benthic Infiltrator.
I think ideally Owen would like to take a straightforward red card here and remain flexible. I don't think that's an option in the pack. The power level difference between the blue cards and the red cards is just too high.
That's a tough pick here. Really tough pick. He's going between 2 blue cards here. The Clutch and the Infiltrator. He's going to go with the Clutch. Okay.
I think that it's reasonably close between the 2. I think Clutch is a better splash if he ends up being 3 colors.
To Turtenwald we go yet again. That pack looks pretty weak. Nothing too crazy going here. Just maybe a boring little Anticipate. Maybe Wavewing Elemental. But I'm not too excited there if I'm Owen Turtenwald.
That's not what you want to see in the second pack.
No.
If he takes Anticipate here on the heels of the clutch, I think that's locking him into playing blue.
Yep.
Maybe he ends up splashing a little black, maybe not, but because the black cards he have right now are 2-mana creatures, they're not conducive to splashing.
You're never thrilled with the second pick Anticipate in this format. It is what it is, but you're not thrilled about it.
And there's nowhere else for him to go.
What's next here for Owen Turtenwald? Well, there is a Valakut Invoker.
Damping Pulse as well.
Yep. I think he's going to take the Pulse. The Pulse was very impressive when we saw Brock Parker with it.
I think it is among the better uncommons in the set. It's more innocuous than some of the other ones like Grip of Desolation, Rolling Thunder, but there are some decks that really struggle to beat this card. And if there was any doubt about it before, Owen is now a blue-red deck.
It's blue-red now. I don't think there's a card that can come that'll force him into black. Ooh, Benthic Infiltrator. Kind of late there. He kind of wanted to take that a little bit earlier. Oh, is that a smother bomb? Oh, no.
Of course.
Was that a smothering abomination?
It is.
Oh, my gosh.
I feel like that ship has sailed. He's sacrificing too many of his picks in pack 2 if he goes down that road.
Yeah, kind of hemming and hawing.
Or his mana is a disaster. It's one of the two. But Owen now sticking to his guns.
Yep.
It's unfortunate. You know, if you open up that card, Owen probably shifts in the other direction, is now just red-black, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
It's got to be frustrating.
Yep.
Yeah.
Try to remain flexible. Thought he was flexible. Turned out he guessed wrong. But that's the way the packs can break sometimes.
Mindraker there. Can't take that one if he's going to stay blue-red. Considering Titan's presence. Also Kozilek Sentinel. Those are the two cards he's thumbing between. He's going to take the Sentinel.
I'm a fan of that too. I think the Devoid decks do need a critical mass, and you like cheap plays. And Titan's presence has a very low floor.
So it's base red with a blue splash, it appears. We'll see just how open blue is and if he's read the table well. Dominator Drone. That's another black card. I'm keeping my eyes open for the black ones. That one's on color, though.
Yep.
Outnumbers, not bad.
A little bit frustrating here because Owen tried to be flexible about it, and he's seeing blue and black cards in about equal measure.
Mm-hmm. McKinley's Slide Runner. Also a Coral Helm guide. He's going to take the Slide Runner.
Not in theme, but again, at least an early play.
Yeah. Let's see what's next here for Owen. Nothing too crazy going on here. Just Volcanic Awakening, I believe. Volcanic Upheaval, pardon me. Destroy target land at instant speed.
Take that, Demolish.
Hey, that can't kill artifacts. Demolish can.
Oh, yeah, no. Excuse me, that is true.
Now, if you want to make fun of Lay Waste, by all means.
Cycles.
That's true, too. Anticipate the selection there for Turtenwald. Reckless Cohort in this pack, along with a couple of Eldrazi and Plated Crusher. I gotta hate some green cards.
Green's
now.
open.
Yep.
Still open.
Nothing too exciting in this pack.
It's a little D-drafting to round it out.
Yeah, on to Great Horn down.
You're hoping for a Dispel or something at this stage of the game. Just some good sideboard card.
Volcanic Upheaval down. Gonna pass Fertile Thicket as his last card. And his last selection looks like a red card, but nothing too important there for Turtenwald. Now he's going to reorganize the deck. How are we feeling after 2 packs?
Not great. I mean, Owen did his best to remain flexible there, but he didn't really get paid off there in pack 2. And because he had to dither a bit in pack number 1, waiting for a clear signal, there's no guarantee that blue and red are going to be open colors in pack 3.
He'll organize it by curve. He'll get an idea of what he's looking for. It's not a beautiful deck yet. There are some very powerful cards.
Yeah, you do have the Hellkite. You do have the Serpentine Spike. You have a couple cards here that can be game winners on their own. But it's not a very synergistic deck right now.
Unfortunately for Turtenwald, he does have another pack to work with.
He's also, at this point, if he's blue-red, I just counted 13 playables, 14 if you count Scour.
Okay.
So even if he's committed to playing 22 lands, 18 lands with Scour, he still needs 8 playables out of this pack.
Okay.
It's asking a lot.
Yeah. Well, he gives it one more look over. And then it's going to be time to crack that 3rd pack and figure out what he can do here.
Looking for 8 playables in a pack puts you on pace for 24 playables in a draft. Owen has not been able to get to 8 a pack in the first 2 packs. At least his focus is clear. He's not going to be taking any black cards along the way, but it's still going to be a challenge to fill out the rest of the deck.
Players being given a little bit of a longer review period here. But now they've been asked to set their cards down and get ready for the 3rd pack.
Owen knows he's going to have to catch some breaks here. Hopefully the packs are deep for blue and red. Target is 8 playables.
Yep. It's time to take a look at that last pack. Gonna count the cards, make sure it is the appropriate number, and we'll see what he can crack. He decided no black for me. I'm gonna be blue-red. And we'll see him look at that pack here in just one moment.
And I think the way that Owen maintained his flexibility was correct. Just, it has left him a little bit short.
Well, well, well. Sometimes you get paid.
There it is.
The big flying Guardian is the pick. And to note, he does have to pass the Sky Spotter, but the Guardian of Tazim, 5 out of 4/5. Those stats are already good. And then landfall is even better.
I believe this is the best one of the cycle.
Sure. And he's got 2 of the cycle.
Yeah. The numbers are awesome, and the impact of playing an island with this thing in play is huge.
Huge open there for Turtenwald. It always stinks having to pass an Eldrazi Sky Spawner, but he didn't do too bad.
Yeah, it's on the short list of blue rares better than a Sky Spawner.
Yeah. What's pack 2 bring? Cloud Manta, a clutch. Clutch goes to the front very quickly. Outnumber as well.
If he's considering the outnumber, it's just a concern over his mana curve. He's a little top heavy right now. I still think the gap in power level between outnumber and clutch is just too high.
Clutch is just so good.
Yeah, it's just so
It's
good.
so good. All right, ONT. It's pick number 3. Rune Processor in there. Doesn't look like too much going on for his deck, though.
Yeah, this is tough after 2 very good picks here. A bit of an airball.
Rune Processor is the choice.
Now you start to recalibrate your expectations. now I get to 21 playables and 19 lands. I got the Hellkite and the Guardian, so that's fine. And now I can play all my 7 mana spells.
There you go. There you go. I do great heart. I believe a Herald of Kozilek in that pack. Yep. It's on color.
Have to imagine this is the pick. Fits right in, helps with all of his expensive colorless cars, and he's got a bunch of them.
Yeah. Second one of those.
Numbers are good.
Lot to like.
Yep.
It's starting to round itself out.
Yeah. I mean, the room processor third is that's not what you're hoping for there.
Not,
but,
not exactly.
But he's gotten 3 very strong picks out of the packs thus far.
Metal drone. Starting to further round itself out, it appears. Yep, he'll take the metal drone. Passing what appears to be a turn against.
A car that a lot of the best players in the room do not regard very highly.
Yeah. Not a big fan. Haven't seen it cast very much this weekend. A vile aggregate in the pack.
That's a payoff there.
Yep, he's going to take that. That is a payoff. Now his 3 slots starting to look really nice.
Yep, and you can actually start setting aside that room processor pick and still feel like you're going to be able to get to the 8 playables you're looking for.
Outside of Rune Processor, it feels like they've been home runs.
Yep.
Let's see what this one brings. Stone Fury's not bad. Could always use a removal spell.
Land's like $5.
Yeah.
gotta weigh that into, but Stone Fury appears to be the pick.
He's going to let the land go.
Yep.
Maybe it'll wheel. Shatter Skull Recruit. McKinley Slide Runner. McComb Stonewaker. Pretty decent options there.
Yeah, nothing very synergistic here, but at least curve filler for whatever slot he thinks he needs. With the 2 copies of Herald, I like taking a 2-drop over a 3.
Yep. Slide Runner the choice. We're in a spot where he's going to start wheeling some cards now, potentially. Already has 2 copies of Anticipate. Not sure he wants a 3rd one of those. But he will take one. A card I'm a big fan of. Actually, both of those cards. Boiling Earth and Spell Shrivel, excuse me. They've both been really good this weekend.
I think with the copies of Herald, it goes to the counter spell.
Yeah, it goes to the Shrivel. I like that card. Chasm Guide there.
This 3rd pack saved Owen's draft.
It went really well.
No 2 ways about it. I mean, it was looking a little rough there, both in terms of number of playables and overall card quality, and he got a lot of both in pack 3.
On to Champion the draw. Now Scour from Existence number 2, going to pass an Angelic Gift. And then the last one, just a green card.
Green still open.
Still open. Still open. Just continues to be open. Nobody wants it. So that's Owen Turtenwald's draft right there. That's that blue-red deck that he's got. We've seen players draft blue-red quite a bit here this weekend. Seth Manfield a little bit earlier in the day. And now Turtenwald's going to go back to his seat and get ready to build, which means got to get ready for our second draft here. Now, we mentioned that Sam Black was passing to Owen. Owen